All right, from the UK. Beautiful. All right, from South Florida. Woohoo! Central California. Amazing. So many beautiful creatives from all over. So, welcome. So happy to see your beautiful, beautiful faces. I am happy to be here to offer you this 5-day experience about how to decipher meaning in your art. So we're going to be diving deep. And the purpose for this, then my intention is for you to be able to show up confidently with your message, show up confidently with your art, and whether you're doing services as well. Because I know that we have some people that do offer classes or are therapists, or they have all kinds of healing modalities that they putting out into the world. So we need as many healers, as many artists, all of you coming together. So we are here to support each other, right? So today we're going to be focusing how to use your art as a path to heal and manifest, right? So I'm going to be discussing kind of what those two paths look like and then how you can use them in your art. Okay. So if you can't make it one day, just to let you know, everything is recorded and there's going to be a replay page. So if you miss something, these are building blocks that we're going to be working on today. So each one goes with the other, and we are actually creating art in here as well. So that's a little fun thing. Something else that is really fun is I am going to be giving for a participation prize a membership to the Creative Soul Society for a full year. So, which is pretty beautiful. So, I'm excited to see and give that away because that goes with making your art and posting it, right? So, that's part of showing up confidently and being able to, um, share it with others, right? So, something about this group, as far as the Creative Soul on the Retreat, which is a totally free Facebook group, and it's a lot of like minded souls. So, I just want to let you know that it is a safe space to post your artwork in there. And I say this because everybody that has come to the group, I usually look on the back end of like what they're about and who they are. So we don't have any like people that are coming in to just spy on us. This is really like, like-minded souls. So I just want to let you know that it is a safe place to actually post your artwork in there, right? And we are there to support each other as well. So that's going to be part of the participation prize, is being able to comment on your fellow creatives um, artwork today, and as we show up so that we know what other people are about and what they're doing, right? Because we can't do this all by ourselves, right? If you are wanting to show up confidently, it is a group support here, right? So that's going to be part of showing up. All right. So I do ask you if you could just, turn off any distractions, cell phones, anything like that that might be getting you to think about doing other things, because I want to get you focused in, especially on, we're going to be doing a visualization and art making in just a little bit. And if something that you've done here before, just keep this as like a beginner's mind of learning something and seeing how are you utilizing it right now in your own creative practice. All right, we still have some people showing up, which is awesome. Oh, look at all these beautiful people. Can you guys see each other? Yes, awesome. So we're showing up. I can't wait to see all of your all of your um can't wait to see all of your art that you create today. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. Okay. So, as a creative, your art is your superpower. And I want you to know that. This is a gift that has been given to you by the universe, and we have that option to choose how we want to use it. Okay. So, you can use the superpower to help you heal, or you can use the superpower to help you manifest. And so, manifesting is actually you're using it deliberately, right? So you're being very intentional about what you want to create. And some of you might want to manifest more money or manifest a really amazing private practice or, art business, right? And some of you might be coming from a place where you just want to use the art as healing, as just wanting to feel better in your life, to have more flow and just to feel decent, to feel okay, right? So I'm just kind of curious, I'm going to put this out there. How many of you have been using your art or have used it in the past to help you heal? Can we say that? So yes, a lot of hands up. Yeah. So that we know that we are already using our art to heal. Okay. And then how many of you have been using your art intentionally to manifest? You can raise your hand. Yeah. Awesome. We got a couple people, not everybody. Okay. You might be like, what is that? What does that mean? Right. So that's what we're going to be going into today, about what the difference is between healing avenue and the difference between the manifesting avenue. Okay. Um, what I want to explain is, I'll give you an example of like the healing aspect. So I know a lot of you have said that you've done it before, but like one of my clients, she likes to do abstract art, and she likes to cut up pieces of paper, colored paper, and then she organizes it and structures it and just makes it into this really like aesthetically pleasing fashion, right? And so it's abstract, right? And but for her, it helps her deal with her anxiety, right? It helps her calm herself. It gets her into that creative flow. And then she just really likes to do this organization patterning that she creates, right? And so what's beautiful about that is that it creates a ripple effect, not only for her, but also for the people who are viewing her art. Okay. Because when I see her art, I I'm like, wow, that is calming. That is pleasing. I'm enjoying looking at it. Right. So that's how your art, the healing aspect, can affect others. It's a ripple effect, right? And then when we use on the opposite end of the spectrum is if we use it for manifesting, what we make intentionally is creating something that we want to bring into our life. Okay. So a lot of times I'll use it for, I start off a painting and I'll say, I would love to see this in like an oceanfront property. It's like this beautiful blue ocean scene that I'm creating, and it's like looking over the ocean. Like I'll see it from the end, right? So I'm intentionally, deliberately creating something that I already know that like the space it's going to be in, and like that feeling that it's going to bring, right? So that's how the manifesting works, is looking at from the end and working that way, right? And you might want to manifest money, right? You might say, I just want to make some art and like sell it all. I can't wait, right? That there's no shame in that, right? You can do that as well, right? But the way that people are going to resonate with your work is by giving it the story and giving it some meaning so that they know what it's about. Okay. And we're going and showing up confidently and talking about that, whether you're using it for healing or manifesting or for both. And so we're going to actually discuss that tomorrow in your own visual vocabulary. Okay, we're going to start breaking down your own art and your own visual vocabulary. But today what I wanted to do was start with the manifesting aspect. And because anytime I like to work with clients, we always want to work with like the goal, right? Where do we want to go? Where is it that we want to see ourselves, see our art, see our practice, right? So I'm going to have you like post in the chat. This is a question that I ask right when you come into the Creative Soul Retreat is like, what do you want to see for yourself in 6 months? Or what do you want to see for yourself? What is something that you want to manifest? Okay. I want you to get really clear on that, because that's what manifesting is about. It's about being intentional and being deliberate. So I would like to see, maybe have a comment that you could put here in the group. I'll be checking the comments here. Just go ahead and comment. What is it that you want to bring in? What is it that you want to do? Maybe it is to create a series of work and to sell it. Rachel says her website all done. Okay. Riley Fran says, I want an online creative community and to sell art. Beautiful. Rachel says to make money. All right, awesome. Maggie says increased energy, feeling healthy, feeling like I have enough. Beautiful. Stacy says to touch others with art. Amazing. I like to bring in self-confidence, self-worth. Beautiful. Attract ideal clients. Okay, awesome. So what I liked about one of the comments in there, and I'm just going to speak about this, is that it's not always about us, right? Even though we might be using the art to heal, but it's always going to have a ripple effect. Okay. So when we talk about manifesting, that has a ripple effect too. So someone said, I want to be able to help others. I want to help inspire others. I want to use art for helping other people heal. Okay. So just think of that like it's a co creation, right? So you're creating for yourself, but it's also going to have that ripple effect on to other people. So if you're wanting people to resonate with your message and resonate with your, think about what is it that you want those people to experience when they visit your website? What do you want them to experience when they see your artwork, right? Is it a certain feeling? Is it, what do you want them to get out of it? What is the benefit, right? Lisa says, I want others to feel joy. Stephanie says, I want to find a place for my business so I can host workshops. I also want to establish more of a regular creative practice for myself. Beautiful. Raquel says, art that invokes healing myself and others. Okay, beautiful. Good. So I want you to get into this mindset that it's like a practice every single day, because I know that like one time a year we might do like a vision board and say, yeah, I want to do this, and then you might not look at that again ever. And so you need to make this a daily practice, right? This is something that you're intentionally creating, is putting that vibration inside of you, right? You want to be able to hold that space for yourself so that other people can feel it too. Okay. So, what we're going to do, the fun part of this, I always like to start with the visualization and then move into the art making. But before we do that, I want to know, since I just asked you about like, what is it that you see? What do you feel like is the struggle for you right now, and bringing that vision? Just kind of curious. I just want to know, even though we're not going to go there with the art making, but I just kind of know, where do you feel like there might be a either disconnect or a struggle with bringing it alive? Katrina says, believing in myself, social media and tech overwhelm. Giving myself permission, like that one, Maggie. Procrastination, says Rachel. Okay. Lack of confidence that my paintings are okay. Knowing your target. I'm thinking knowing your audience. I think that might be what she's meaning. Making time, very important. Advertising and getting people to know about what I offer. Okay, beautiful. So yeah, so these are very common. And just like I said, the practice of putting that visualization into effect, it has to happen every day. And this is something that I like to do with um, even like my own meditation practice that I do every morning. I will put the visualization in there too. So I'm like building it into my day so that I already have that end effect and bringing it to me. So that's what it is. It's about holding that energy for yourself so that it's going to show up in your life. Um, okay, awesome. Enough focus time for art. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of tell you a little story before we go into the visualization for myself, because I feel like I've been everywhere where you guys are talking about. I've been there. So basically, I've been an artist all my life, but I haven't always created art necessarily like all the time. There've been like ebbs and flows where I didn't create art. And one of those times was when my children were really little, and my daughter was like 1, my son was like 4, and I had all like my basic needs met. We had a home, we had lots of love, we had, finances were good, like everything was good. Yet I was having very high anxiety and bouts of depression. And I was basically having a dark night of the soul. If you guys ever heard that term before, where it is, I was just really struggling. I was struggling being able to, function through my day. And I couldn't figure out what the problem was, right? And so I got help. So sometimes, um, we have to like look outside ourselves to get help. I remember just like waking up and like in the middle of the night, like at 3 a.m. and just like going into the bathroom and scribbling, and like, what is going on? Why am I feeling this way? And then when I got help, I went to an art therapist, an amazing soul, and he helped me kind of get clear with my vision. And so this is why we're going to do the visualization and do the art, activated art around it. Is that my vision was at that time when I needed healing, is that I created this safe space. And in my safe space that I created, I had this other home where it had a studio for me to make art. And at that time, I wasn't making art. And so it was like, it has a studio where I can making art, it has a pool, it has a beautiful backyard. I have so much space and I have time and I have help. And I was had like this aha. I was like, oh, that's where I need to, that's what I need right now. I need to go back into nurturing myself. That was like the missing piece, is that I wasn't listening to my soul. I was saying yes to everyone else in my life, and not having boundaries, right? And so when I had that aha, within like 6 months after creating that piece of art, I manifested that house. I was just like, holy macanoli. It had the pool, it had an extra room for my studio, it had everything that I wanted. And we even got help at that time. I wanted a housekeeper because I needed help, like just cleaning. I needed space, right? I was like, this is amazing. I was like, how my art can be used to manifest, right? And in that time where I started creating art again, and that's when I decided I wanted to start putting my art into the world, right? Which is a whole new, doing art for yourself is totally different than putting it out to the world. Because when you're putting out to the world, it's like you got to market yourself. You got to know what the message is. Who are you marketing to? What's it about? Um, and you got to know your worth, like how much you're going to charge for what you're creating, right? So I had this whole learning experience, right? So anytime that you level up, put yourself out there, you're going to have like, it's almost like I want to say like a spiritual awakening, because that's what it felt like to me, right? Felt like, wow, I gotta do like my money healing. I need to like, why am I like so nervous like to tell someone a price of like my services, or or my art. And so I had to do a lot about that. I had to do healing about, just showing up. I remember the first time I even posted on Facebook, I went and hid under the covers. I was just so scared of just like sharing. Um, so I've come a long way from that day, thank God. But there was a lot of healing. And so part of the art that I ended up creating, the first series that I created, was I'm wearing the dress. I create dresses every time I make a new series, but this dress is the lotus. And so the lotus, you can see here, it's coming in has these darkness, because the lotus comes from these dark murky waters, right? And it blooms like pristinely, right? So I was this like seeker. I was like looking for enlightenment. I was looking for my own peace. I was like, how can I find this? Right. And so that's what was showing up in my art. And then I was able to put it out there, and I eventually had like a solo show, and I eventually sold all the pieces. So that felt really good, but it was like definitely like a learning journey, right? And so putting it out there, I had to get really clear about why I was doing what I was doing, and who it was for, and how they were going to experience it as well. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing here with your work and your message. Okay, all right. So that's the fun part, is finding out the messages in your art, which we're going to do tomorrow with your visual vocabulary. But today we're going to go back to where you're at now, what you want to bring in, right? So we're going to kind of go back into standing in your vision of that successful either private practice. If you're just creating art to heal, what does that look like in the space that you are? Maybe you want to manifest a little cottage or a little studio. Maybe you want to host an art retreat, whatever it is. Okay, we're going to put you in that space. Does that sound like a fun idea? Yes? Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get settled. You can For visualizations, I always like to just like shrug my shoulders a little bit, move my neck, right? You're just going to settle in and close your eyes and just take a deep breath in. And what I want you to do is just put your hands on your heart. Because your heart is connected directly to your soul. And we want to listen to our soul. And feel it beating. Feel that connection. And go ahead and imagine that your heart is lighting up right now. Like a white light, like a white, shiny, glimmering, goldish white light. And that white light is growing. It's growing through your body. It's going through your arms, into your hands. It's growing up through your throat and up your head. It's growing down your legs. This beautiful white light. And now I'm going to imagine with you in this white light, imagine that you are standing in that reality of your desire. That you've just stepped into what you want. You have a thriving art business. People are happy to see your work and purchase the work from you. You are hosting retreats or online classes. And the people that are attending learn so much and are inspired from you. So imagine this white light is spreading. It has that ripple effect. It's touching others. That is co-creation. So what you are creating matters. And it's powerful. So I want you to hold this image of you being in that space, whether it's healing art, you could be surrounded by all your art pieces that are healing for you, or cathartic or expressive. Or you might be the leader in this space. Whatever you choose is your desire. Really get a clear vision. What are you wearing? What's around you? Who are you with? What does it look like? Are you outside? Are you inside? Just get really clear on that vision. Okay. So when you're ready, you can open your eyes. We're going to take that beautiful vision and we're going to create some art about it. And the art that's going to be created is going to be, I want to call it activated art, because this is, we're going to start with the manifesting, right? So you're going to create an avatar of that person, which is you, right? And put that in an environment, right? So avatar in Sanskrit actually means a person, a god, that creates their own world or universe, right? So it's an incarnation of yourself. So it's when you consciously create, right? You are acting as a god or a goddess in your own universe. So this is how activated art works, is like you are putting yourself in that environment. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and hold space for you to do that. So you can get out your journal. You can get out whatever drawing materials you want. And just think about the energy that you're putting into it. You know, you can make a simple sketch, that's fine. But remember, anything that you put energy into is going to come back to you. So go ahead and go full out. Put yourself in there. Add those colors. Put the people that you want to touch. Put your clients that you're going to be reaching. You know, let it hold that vibration and that feeling. So just honor this time that you have, that you are doing this for yourself. You're listening to your soul right now. How important is this? It's so important because it's going to have a ripple effect on so many people. So as you're creating, I'm going to look at the comments on the Facebook because I haven't been looking. So let me look. So Linda had mentioned that she actually creates lotuses too in her art, and she's going through another dark night of the soul. And yeah, so we do experiences different points in our life where it's kind of like we have to recalibrate, right? We might lose ourselves and then come back. And there's always like a lesson. It's embracing the lessons that need to be learned. Most definitely. And then Linda had asked about if I do this in the morning. Yeah, so part of my morning practice is meditating 10 minutes, free writing, like the artist's way for 10 minutes. And then I just started a art journaling practice. So 10, 10, 10, just to get myself in clear and my priorities of what my next best step is. So the morning is the best time when your brain is fresh and you can get those messages from the universe of what's the next best step. I'm also looking at the comments here about what the struggle is and what's stopping, and it's a lot is about time. Yeah, of that focus. And that's definitely a mindset shift of being able to own your time and know that you create your world, right? Just like this avatar that you're creating, you are the god or goddess that is creating your world. So you create that time. You choose, you intentionally choose how you're going to spend your time and what's important to you. So what's beautiful about being here on Zoom together is that as you're creating, and if you happen to finish during the time we're together, who knows, you might spend longer on this, is totally fine. Um, what we're going to be doing is once you are done with your work tonight is posting it into the Creative Soul online retreat group and also commenting on other creatives' work. So picking at least 3 people that and comment on theirs, because part of manifesting is being able to amplify your vision and being able to share it with others, right? That's the manifesting process. So don't be scared of showing up and sharing what that vision is. I have someone in the Creative Soul Society membership, and every time she always sends me a private message of her work, and I'm like, "Can you just please share your work with everyone else because everyone wants to see it?" I'm like, "We need to work on that throat chakra of like sharing because that's how it works. It amplifies, it's activated when you share it, and then when other people can see your vision too, and then bolster it up and expand on it, right? That's what this is about. And like I said, it is a safe space to share. So if anyone happens to be completed with theirs, I see some people, if they are done, you can just let me know by raising your hand, or you could post it in the chat. Jovanita is done. Okay, cool. Jovanita, would you like to, I know other people are working, please. Oh, look at Raquel is done. Would you like to share with everybody? Do you feel comfortable sharing what your vision is? Yeah. Okay. So basically I'm going to pin you. I'll add a spotlight, and then we can you can unmute. Can you unmute yourself? And then you can share your vision of like what you're stepping into. What are you standing in your vision?
Hi. Hi. Oh, okay. Go on.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit so everybody can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. So I don't know if you see it. So it's my vision.
Mhm.
It's a house with lots of light, with my favorite people.
Mhm.
Okay, and there are lots of light coming from the inside of a house because
Mhm.
it's where I will be creating, and there are lots of hearts because that's what I love to do, and a little car that my husband bought that he wants to repair, and he has space to do this, and there are thriving plants around us. So that's my vision.
Beautiful. So you can take it to that next step, as when I was talking about putting in the energy. So the energy, it would be even more activated with the color. So
Ah, okay.
so you want to add the color as well to see what does that color, like what colors are resonating with
Okay.
you as you are showing up. So thank you so much for sharing that. That was beautiful.
Okay.
Amazing. I'm going to get Fran on here too. Thank you. I'm going to remove spotlight. We have a message from Experiencia. She's joining from Hawaii, a bit late here. Can you briefly explain the exercise? Yes. So, what everyone is doing is they are drawing out, we're using art to intentionally manifest. You're drawing out your vision of what you desire. How do you want to see your art in the world? How do you want to stand up and share your gifts with others? So, whether you are creative, offering services, or just sharing your art, show that, right? Stand in your vision, create an avatar, create yourself in there. And here's Fran. Fran, would you mind sharing as well? Add Fran. Yeah, look at her. Wow, look at that.
I cheated a bit. I did some of the drawing earlier. It's based on the sort of shape of the heart and a flower. But I thought that it's really appropriate, really, because I want it to be blossoming and I want it to be heartfelt. But I've added a little me there. I don't know if you can see.
Yes.
And some of the affirmations I want to bring in says making magic, beautiful, supportive, creative community, making magic. What else? Protective inner child. I want to do some work with quietening the critics and let the child play in a safe space. So this is my kind of magic world. I can carry on doodling and adding more color, but I like the idea of kind of being at the stem and it all manifesting around me. So.
Most definitely. Thank you so much for that beautiful work. That's amazing. I can
Thank you.
totally see it manifesting and you bringing in the creatives for your community. I love it. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I am going to, just to let you know, for those of you who have to go, because I totally understand with time, I'm going to just share my screen with you because I want to see more artwork on here. We're going to let some more people go, but I want to just share my screen. Let me show you here. I'm going to put a uh, this this little tab in our Facebook group. Let me find the share screen, and then you can post. This is part of sharing today. Is you would put your artwork under here. I'm going to post this in our Creative Soul Online Retreat group. When you see day one, win a soul, Creative Soul Society membership for a year. Post your vision there and then comment on 3 other people's images, right? So you're amplifying their work, that you see them in their vision, right? So that will be an opportunity for you to win that. So I just wanted to share that really quick for those who have to go. But I love there's so many here, people here being able to share. Would someone else like to share their vision and what they're creating? Oh, how do you say your name? Is it Amaya?
Yeah, hi, it's Amay. Amay
Amay,
Parekh from Mumbai. Yeah.
welcome.
So I don't know if you can see this. So that's my little vision.
Can you tell us about the thinking
Yeah.
palette? It's
Yeah.
very
So
cool.
the thing is, I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. So I am a dentist actually. I've been practicing since 10 years. But then, I had a calling for art and wanting to help people through art. So I actually took up a second master's in art therapy and counseling psychology. So I've been studying and working on that, and that's my vision where I've established my own setup. I'm conducting group therapy activities. I'm selling my artwork, and I'm doing a lot of chakra healing work. So you're an inspiration that way because I've seen your work, and it's really inspiring to see. So that's
Oh,
a little bit about my vision.
beautiful. That's amazing. So you went from being a dentist and then now you're an art
Yes.
therapist. How cool is
So,
that?
yeah, so I'm still doing dentistry 4 days a week, but I'm also doing a lot of art therapy on
So
the
you're
other days.
balancing the 2 worlds. And where do you live, Ame?
I'm from Mumbai, India.
Wow, that's so cool. Well, welcome. I'm so happy that you got to join us today.
Thank you so much. Thank
It's a
you.
beautiful image. We need as many artists and healers right now in the world. So I'm so happy you're stepping up. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else want to share their magic? Okay, so a lot of people have to get going. That's totally fine. Yeah, so if you need extra time to work on this, do that. I am going to be picking a winner for the Creative Soul Society membership tomorrow. So post yours today or at least tomorrow morning and, comment on 3 of the creatives, what they are, whatever they're doing and amplify their magic. And, oh, Jody says, thank you, Ame, for being a healer. Beautiful. And I'll just show you really quick. I'll show you the Creative Soul Society membership, what you win by sharing, because I don't want you to get stuck on not sharing because of judgment or confidence or things like that. Like we are here to support each other, right? I love, we need as many as you here as possible. So I'm going to just share my screen. This is what you will win. So it's the Creative Soul Society. It says join us. And we meet twice a week, or twice a week, I'm sorry, twice a month, doing art making groups. And we also have guest speakers, right? And I'd like to put it onto the group to see where they need support. Like the end of this month, we are going to be actually focusing on art business work. We just did a amazing workshop with Maggie Caldwell, exploring meaning of dreams earlier this month, and we did the chakras, healing and manifesting yesterday. So a lot of fun stuff. So just letting you know, I just wanted to share that is the prize. So please share your work in the Creative Soul on the retreat group, and I will be sharing or giving away one of those memberships. All right. So if anyone else has any more questions, just let me know. Oh, let's see. Faranza has her hand raised. So Faranza, do you have a question? Let me see.
Oh, hi. I put that up, sorry, when you were asking about sharing.
Yeah, I would love to see your work before we go. Let's see here. Let me just find you really quick. Oh, there you are. I just passed you. Hold on. I'm gonna spotlight you. Add spotlight. Okay, there you are. Beautiful. Go ahead.
I'm trying to get the light. The light's really bad. Oh, can you see anything?
Yeah, I see an image of a girl with purple around her head.
Yeah. And then I think my camera's really bad. Sorry.
I can see there was an image of is that a house or a studio?
Yeah, so it was a bit similar. I guess I wanted to do circles for girls and like mother-daughter circles. So I had like a house with a swimming pool too. That I really miss having. And then I wanted to have like a place to do red tent circles in the garden and a like a studio space. And then across the top, I had a little bit of an art gallery kind of display and like holding hands with a mother and daughter inside. So kind of offering that space for healing.
Beautiful. I love that. I see a lot of faces lighting up. They're like, yeah, I like that too. I want to join. So this would be like an in-person retreat because it would be in a space that you would actually go to. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I'd like to have a space in my house, like so I could work, and I'd also like to be able to do retreats in like beautiful spaces where I could do mother and daughter retreats and then combine it with like art healing and stuff as part of the exercises.
Beautiful. I know there's some members in the Creative Soul Society that also want to do retreats. I think we should just all get together and do it. I think that's amazing. Where do you live, Farzana, that you want to be able to offer, like you said your home, where would that be?
I live in the UK at the moment, so I'd like to find somewhere that's like surrounded by woods or something like that, not really in a city.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. That is so needed. I know that my soul needs some nature as well. Thank you so much for sharing that. Awesome. And before we leave, anyone else would like to share what they're stepping into, standing in their power? And Farzana, someone's asking you where in the UK, if you wanted to answer. Fran Riley is from the UK too, and she knows somewhere. So look at that. You are connecting with other people in the UK. Amazing. This is about co-creation, right? This is why we step up to let people know so that we can coordinate. Beautiful. Okay. Last call. Let me see if there's any other questions that came up in the Facebook group.
Oh, sure. I'll share, Leah.
You'll share? Okay, let me come back to you. I lost myself. Let me find you.
Okay. Oh, it's Lisa.
You are. Okay.
Okay. So there's me. I didn't finish the top part,
Mhm.
but just to have a nice cohesive thing, because that's kind of my issue. Like I'm all over the place. So yeah, that's my newest goal.
I think that's really beautiful, Lisa. And I think that can stop us sometimes when we are all over the place because we don't know where to focus our energy. And I was that way too when I first started off. I was like, should I do this series or this series? And now one of my commitments is to focus on one thing for at least a year. I was like, if I'm going to do water scenes, let me do the water for a year. Now I'm into these like abstract landscapes behind me, but I said, you know what, I'm going to stick to it for a year, and if I want to go longer, or I can always come back to it. But having that consistency is so important.
Yeah.
And especially like when we get clear on our message and putting ourselves out there, people want to know what you're doing, right? So if you're doing like 5 different things, they're like, they might not think of you because they might be like, well, I don't know, she does that, does she do that, does she do that? But if you're consistent with something and that comes up and you're like, oh, I know that I can, reach out to Lisa because she's doing something consistent. It looks like there might be some nature themed. Is that what you're working on?
Yes, I think plants. Yeah, garden and growing and stuff like that. Yeah. Thanks so much, Leah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to remove the spotlight. All right, I think we are good. Again, please go ahead and post your finished drawings and don't be shy. This is a safe place. I want to see everyone's artwork. I get excited to like see your visions. Like I really want to connect with you and I really want to see what you're doing. And this is how we support each other, right? Yay. Okay. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing your faces tomorrow at 12 p.m. Again, if you want to join me in the Zoom, or if you just want to watch the replay, there will be a replay page. Okay, we're good. Sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you so much. I'm going to end the recording.